Good evening, guys. Hello to my first viewer there. Warsowski, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Dave. Yeah, nice evening to you too, guys. So this is the non-public latest Zibo, and I presume Zibo is watching in the background. Good evening, Zibo. Welcome. I don't expect you to sit here the whole time. What I'll do, Zibo, if you don't mind, I mean, you're obviously welcome to sit here, but what I'll do is I'll make notes and just refer you to the incidents that I do pick up. Okay, so as I've already said to you just before the stream now, I did notice one or two funny things, so I will make a list if need be, but I think it's important as always to get it on video so you can just have a look later on. Hello, Dumper. Dave, no, the lighting is a combination of things now. Okay, so let's start with that while you are mentioning it. We've got the laminar lighting iris presentation, the simulation of it. That is kind of sucky, you know, we don't like it. It's according to first principles correct, but according to the eyes and the way our brains perceive it, completely incorrect. It's crap, it's rubbish. So we're dealing with reality versus expectation, textbook versus reality as well, you know, and there's this discrepancy. So that obviously is an issue in X-Plane 12, and it is a laminar thing, and to a certain extent Zibo can actually change things, which he did, okay? But in the last couple of streams, I would say the last 2 or 3 streams that I might have done, I'm using a beta test model of XEnviro, and what's happening is the developer is trying to actually make that whole iris simulation better from his side, because obviously XEnviro is manipulating the atmosphere and it's measuring the light intensities and things and creating shadows and all kinds of things. So in the last version, no, second last version that's publicly available, cloud shadows were added. So naturally, if there is cloud blocking the sun, the sim is now exceptionally more darker than it was before because of the introduction of the shadow component. Okay, so it's artificially enhanced, it's artificially worse. And at this point in time, from what I understand, is that the developer is trying to use his skills and abilities and his program on the XEnviro side to try and get rid of this massive darkness. Because look, I mean, look, as the aircraft, or I'm turning around the aircraft, look how dark it is here. It's not supposed to be this dark. I mean, this is almost 9 a.m. that I'm simulating. So this is excessively dark until you get to the other side. So I'd like to encourage you to just hold on to your hat a little while longer, especially on my streams, and especially because I'm a beta tester, you know, for more than one product. I mean, I'm currently involved with quite a few beta testings that I do. And when things look a little bit dark and weird, I hope you will remember this little conversation, because there's a reason for it. And the reason for it is just, it's a stepping stone. You know, we'll get through it. It's one of those silly things. Scotsman, I know I said hello to you on Discord, but welcome again. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. The flight deck is way too dark. Now, laminar has given the developers like Zibo and such a little more leeway. They can change a lot more. But then you get your atmospheric add-ons. Then you get stuff like Visual XP, XEnviro, for instance, those two, just to name 2 of them. We've discussed the XEnviro thing. Same goes for Visual XP. The moment these guys start playing with the shaders and with the light intensities and measuring things and then calculating shadows and all these kind of things, they have to find their feet, man. They've got to get to a position where they can actually say, oh, no, that doesn't look too bad now, you know. But it doesn't happen overnight. So let's start with the first fix of the Zibo. The first thing that I want you guys to have a look at is the wheels are now on the ground. I don't know how many of you guys actually picked it up, but the wheels were like 2 inches off the ground. The Zibo was kind of like floating. So that's the first fix that was made in this version. Then let me just get to Zibo's notes. Right, the other thing is on the 6-pack here, over there, the IRS is fixed. You see, it says IRS. Let me go closer. See, IRS, that has also now been fixed. All right, so that's the other thing. And then on our, let me just get the ground power on. I don't think we're going to see it until we have the engines running, but I'll explain it to you and then we'll show it to you later. So let's just get the ground power on. So on the engine display, in the EFB, obviously, you can set up that you get that little blue triangle, and the blue triangle literally shows you where your hardware is in relation to your throttle. So as I move my hardware, the throttle obviously goes and sits somewhere, okay? And it's obviously an EFB setting to enable the blue triangle. Let's quickly see if I can find it for you. I think it's in here. Well, this one, the Zink hardware throttle, that one is what I'm referring to, but those little triangles, I can't remember where they actually sit. Honestly, I'll have to read through everything now. Hardware throttle on ACAS. There you go, that one. So if you enable this setting, you're going to get those little blue triangles. So, but what Zibo has done now, because of this other setting, Zink hardware throttle, because of that one, what happens is when you move your throttles, it obviously is going to have no effect. The moment you sync the throttles and they go and you put your little blue triangle on the white line, which will be there in this case, and it syncs the two, it marries the two up, so your hardware throttle and the software throttle now becomes one. The blue triangles will turn white. Okay, just to signify, to give you some indication that you actually now have synced up your throttles, you know, hardware and software. Sounds good, Dave. Yeah, that sounds good. I just read your message there. Yeah, I try and keep my thing as virgin as possible. I don't put stuff in here. Apart from X and Y, I've got nothing else influencing my display, inside or outside. So, yeah, I'm fighting against the glare. If you look from the inside out, the glare is terrible sometimes. The overexposure of the white is just, it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. I've tried to switch off this reflection and stuff. Doesn't really make a big difference. We'll see. One of the guys, either Zibo or the developer on XE side, is going to come up with a plan one day, and it's all going to look different, I hope. Otherwise, yeah, we'll have to look at maybe enhancing the display with some Lua script or something. Okay, but anyway, that's the highlights. So if you came to see what's different and what changed, that's it. That's the story. I'm just going to do a normal flight. It's a fairly long one, but it's late. It's after 8 p.m. my time, so when I'm done here, I'll literally just get in bed and sleep. So you guys are welcome to come and go as you please, but I'm going to let it run. There is a discussion between me and Zibo about the auto throttle that I want to keep a look out for, because we are both in agreement it might be that I had an asynchronous, in other words, and the two were not synchronized, out of sync situation, because when I tested it earlier today, it kicked off my auto throttle. So I just want to check that. And then the other thing is during the descent, I just want to see how it handles the way I fly the Zibo, or whether I need to adapt my way of doing things, or whether Zibo needs to fix the way it's doing things. I don't know. We'll see, because let me quickly talk you through that. What I usually do is I move my throttles to like 60%, that's it. And then they stay there the whole flight. I never touch them again, because when I land, I pull them back and I go into reverse and, get it over with. Hello, Uncle John. Yo. How are you? Yeah. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'm doing a stream, so you're live on YouTube. Just remember that, that's all. Yeah, welcome. Anyway, I was just telling the guys, I usually put my throttle at 60% and I leave it. But now with the synchronization story, the only way for me to synchronize my throttle is to move it like 90%, because obviously the throttle is going to spool up to wherever my takeoff or derated takeoff N1 is, and that is where they will synchronize. But I don't necessarily want to leave them, at 96%, 98%, 99%. It's awkward for me, so we'll have to see how I handle that, and how the Zibo handles me interfering with it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Uncle John, I've got another problem for the guys watching the stream as well. My Bravo throttle is busy dying. It's really busy dying fast now. What I've picked up now is on let me show you. On engine number 2, if I move it too far forward, it jumps back. Look, I'm at 100% now. It can't read. It's like it can read my throttle up to about 96%. Then the next moment it just jumps back to 0, because that pod is broken. That pod is gone. That little edge at the end seems to be broken. Let's talk about it afterwards, because we might have to do that, because it's really irritating me. I mean, it's just breaking all the more and more and more. I've already lost one pod. I've lost my top reversers, and now the second pod's going. Yeah, right. The other thing that I've started to notice, this is a switch on the Bravo, my parking brake. It only works when it feels like it, look, and then it dies. So that switch is also busy going. It's just dying. It's ridiculous. In my life, I never thought when I received these things in the beginning that they were such poor quality. I mean, it's rubbish. It's totally crap quality. I mean, how old are they now? A year? Just over a year? Probably 2 years. Yeah. Okay, so then it's not probably too bad, but still, I don't want to buy a new thing every 2 years, man. Really? Yeah. Okay. All right. Neil, it could be dust, but if you look at the whole picture, you know, the one started dying, then it's the next, then it's the next thing, then it's the next thing. The switch shouldn't be dust. It's just, it's a bad contact. So look, it's dead. You know, one in 3 times it might work. You know, it's yeah. I'm obviously a little bit disappointed in it. The quality inside is not the same as the quality outside. It's annoying me. And if you look at my alpha yoke, I mean, I'm having to put so much pressure on that wire going into the alpha yoke because that RJ45 plug inside is also, it's just crazy. How do you get the rubbing alcohol in there, Dave? That's the next question, because I mean, I can probably shoot some WD-40 or something in there as well, because that's at least got a little bit of a nose to get them in there. Yeah, that will probably have to work. Hello, Toby. Yeah, anyway, okay, enough moaning and complaining. That's not why we're here. I feel better now that I've moaned. Yeah, that was the kettle in the background. We don't have electricity, so that kettle goes on the gas stove, and obviously somebody wants to drink something hot, so that's the kettle. Yeah, I feel better. Thank you for your shoulders. I cried enough now. Let's go fly. Yeah, I'm streaming. You must just latch onto it. Okay. Steady. You're on YouTube. Right. Anyway, okay. So let's see where we're going. There's STKP. That is our route. We are here in Valencia, and we're going up to Nice-Côte. So hold on to that, guys. Like I said, it's gonna be probably a bit longer than my usual stream. So you're free to come and go as you wish. But yeah, at least you know. Oh yeah, I haven't opened Uncle John's. What's his name? There you go, Uncle John. Your voice is now open. You have to say good evening again. They didn't hear a single word you were saying.
Well, thank the Lord. Leave you all.
Yeah. Saved by stupidity.
I don't have to apologise now.
When I was just whining about my Bravo throttle busy dying slowly but surely, steady piece by piece, it's just dying on me. Yeah? So I'm going to have to reconfigure another brake switch because that one only works when it feels like it. It was just irritating, but it's over now. I've got a grip. Don't worry, we can fly. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to see. All right, we do not have brake pressure, so let's get some pressure. Yeah.
Can I cheer you up?
Yeah.
I can pick a new throttle quadrant up for you from Amazon, so no waiting.
Okay, excellent.
Talk in a bit.
Okay, bye.
So.
Yeah, meet yourself here, disconnect. There you go, he's muted. Yeah. I'm so used to using my switches now that, you know, it happens. You want them. Hello, Peter. Welcome. Right, we're going to fly at 320. For those of you guys that joined late, I'm not going to necessarily repeat myself, so please have a look at the beginning of the stream to see the changes and the fixes and all those things. We've basically discussed it. The next step is now just to fly and to actually check that little blue triangle turns white when it synchronizes and actually latches onto the auto throttle. So for the rest, we're just going to do a flight, and then obviously on the descent, what we want to do is make sure that either I understand the Zibo better and change my way of doing things, or Zibo needs to adapt the code just a little bit to make it easier. So we'll see. We shall see. Hello, Alex.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
I'm happy now. I had my moan. Yes, thank you. Complained and whined. Done and dusted. Are you okay? Ooh, that's fancy. Yeah, we can use that again.
Ground to cockpit. Cannon knowledge. Coming through the menu when you are ready.
I was moaning about the Bravo. My Bravo throttle's dying bit by bit and piece by piece. I'm just thinking out loud. December, they will be 2 years old. And I expected a bit more. For the kind of money you pay and this, wow, look and feel. I mean, it's a grand system, but yeah. Well, Erwin, in the real Boeing, there is no need to adjust anything because the throttle is motorized. Okay, the moment you press that toga button and your auto throttle is on, that thing is auto. Okay, until you have arm on your primary flight display, you're not going to move that thing because it's being governed by the motor. It's just the way it works, you know. And obviously, that little blue triangle that Zibo has placed in here, it's similar to what IXEG did. It's similar to what PMDG does. It just helps us flight simmers to know where our throttles are in relation to where it's simulated to be. You understand? And the difference is we don't have a motorized controller. You know, we don't have a motorized throttle. Gotcha, Alex. No, I'm not a morning person either. I can work very late. I can go to the wee hours of the morning, going, you know, from early to late. But getting up early, like, no, that's a tall ask for me. So there's vectors.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good
We
to go.
don't need the vectors. Okay, without me looking at the chart, which one of you can answer me? Maybe more than one. Runway 04 left, is that the one with the offset localizer, or is it 04 right at Nice? I seem to recall one of them had the offset, and I can't recall. It looks like we're done there. Yeah, that AI isn't clever enough yet, Alex. Give it a year or two and then it'll start talking to you in Afrikaans, I promise you. Or Dutch, whatever you prefer, you know, it'll get there. That's where I want to be. Oh my goodness. Dave, I actually noticed somebody mentioned something like that to Antonio here on the Discord, and he requested a log file. I'm pretty sure he's aware of that and he'll fix it as soon as possible. So keep your eye on GitHub for updates. By the way, gentlemen, I see AutoOrtho has updated to version 0.70, which is why I'm flying in daytime, because I want to see it works. It looks completely different to a certain extent, okay? You don't have the DOS box terminal running in the background anymore. So I'm curious. That's why I changed the time of day, so I can actually, you know, have a look, see what's spotting outside with the new version. You guys can check it out with me. Alright, let's start the AP here.
Ground to cockpit. Tau is driving up.
Alright, we've got pressure, parking brake is set. No, that's a release. It is a released version, not the beta. That's the latest. 070. While we're waiting for everything to happen here, let me just show you. So this is... Hello, Uncle John. I'm glad you just back in time. AutoOrtho has released a new version, by the way, 0.70. Yes. So it's kind of the same but different. Remember in the old days when you start AutoOrtho, it runs a DOS terminal thing in the background and you see all these things running and happening and all those, you know, files coming and going.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
The new version doesn't have it at all. All you see, all you see is what I'm showing on the screen here on YouTube. Sorry, I can't show you guys on Discord now because I'm not sharing the actual screen. So literally, there's no more DOS box in the background. You can't see what it's doing. And it also now includes, you see, it's put the DOS box basically as a log tab in at the top. So everything goes there. But it's...
You're not showing it on this screen either, Nico.
I know it's not there. It's on YouTube. Let me try and change my screen here for you guys. Hold on. Change window.
Sorry to be a pain, guys.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, so the DOS box that used to sit on the outside is now here under logs. It's a tab.
And bypass being inserted.
Right.
Release parking brake.
Okay, so you don't have that.
Starting pushback, and you may.
I wonder what else they've changed, though, Nico. Are they aware of the problems I was having?
Well, I don't know, Uncle John. I've got no clue.
Because mine was something to do with art, wasn't it?
Yeah, the art controls that was changing the whole time. Okay, this is actually disturbing because my parking brake was set. I mean, I checked my hydraulics and everything, and this thing still started pushing me. This is not nice.
Yeah, I have exactly the same, Nico.
This has never happened.
I set up a switch for parking brake, and it can be on, and yet when it comes to pushback, it still pushes it. However, if I turn it off and back on again, it actually activates it. So turn it off, turn it on, and see if it works then.
I did, and I actually did it a few times because I was complaining about the Bravo, and I've been switching it on and off a few times. Okay, and you know, it appeared to be on and it appeared to be working, but it had a mind of its own. I mean, I double checked that we had pressure in the brakes. I double checked that the hydraulics was on. The light for the parking brake was definitely on and still pushed me.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Amazon's still got 8 of them left, by the way.
No problem. Dave, let me just answer Dave here quickly. Dave, all I do is I download the zip version of AutoOrtho. I extract it on top of the existing version that I've got. I overwrite the files as if I'm doing a Zibo update. I'm just literally updating the files. I say to Windows, replace all the files, and I run it and it works. I don't do anything. I change nothing. It just works.
I'm going to have to try it tonight.
Yeah. Toby, yes, the change log is like 3 lines. It's not a comprehensive change log unless there's one on a different page that I did not see. But it's very, very, very limited what he tells you, what he changed. Hello, Steve.
Yeah, that's annoying. They need to let you know what they've changed.
Yeah, well, there's like 3 lines, Uncle John. If that's all it is, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't understand their lingo. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that it did change, you know. So hopefully for the better. You know what I mean? It's cool. It uses my old sets. I did not have to re-download scenery. I think it's a much neater presentation, you know.
Okay.
So I'm happy with it.
Is it version 7 by any chance?
070, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. I saw it there
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
yesterday. Because
Okay.
they're only releasing 6, so they've now released 7. Okay.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
See, now it sees the brake is set. I don't know, man. Steve, good luck. Try and stay in touch as much as possible, and I hope you enjoy whatever it is that you're doing in Italy. Sounds like you're on holiday. I think you said you were going. Yeah.
Can't wait to go on holiday.
Can imagine.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
See, because that thing started to push me, I haven't done everything I needed to do. I mean, I still need to set up my MCP. It's completely thrown me off guard here.
Come on, you're a professional. Get it sorted.
I'm busy.
Good.
116. This needs to be 32.
Can't look for excuses for cock-up department.
It's a simple thing, Uncle John. It's a simple thing when you concentrate. It's when you don't concentrate, that's when the popo hits the fan usually.
Sterile cockpit, sir. Sterile cockpit.
I'm not the one talking.
I know. So you don't listen to me. That's what you've got to do. Learn not to listen to me.
Guys, anybody want to adopt an uncle? I've got one for you. You just let me know.
He loves me, really.
No, you don't want my GPU, I promise you. If I had the money, I would go buy myself a 4070 at least. There is no aunt, so you're out of luck, Dumper, unfortunately. Dumper says he'll only adopt the aunt, but there is no aunt. The aunt. He says he'll adopt the auntie, not the uncle.
I don't want to not want you. I know. I can take a hint.
Yeah, you're a big boy, don't worry. No, we all love you, don't worry. Oh yes, gentlemen. One thing that I noticed, this is the other thing that I want to actually test, okay? Zibo, if you're watching, look, we've got no bleeds. I'm lying, sorry. Now we've got no bleeds, okay? But packs are off and isolation valve is open, right? So I'm going to leave it in this configuration. What I've discovered is I don't get the altitude horn. It doesn't fire up at all. It doesn't warn you. And the simulation of the pressurization system works regardless whether it's on or off. So let's test that as well. I'm going to purposefully leave it off to make sure that we test it proper. Right, if any of you clever gentlemen with a good memory can remind me, as of about 27,000 foot, remind me to keep an eye on the pressurization on the overhead, please.
What's the ultimate altitude?
We're going to 32.
Okay.
Alright, let's get going. We're talking so much. See if the switch works now. Yeah? See? When it's not critical, it works.
I think it's something to do with the double entry, Nico.
There's no double entry. Not in my system.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, I know. And now it's deathly quiet.
Call sterile.
I don't know if I like it sterile. Wait, before I go anyway further, this seesaw.
Why are you wavering all over?
Exactly, I don't know. Let's calibrate everything. Let's make sure everything is done proper.
Yeah, Max. Where's your nose wheel? Where's your nose wheel?
It's settled, don't worry.
No, you need to.
I settled it. It's in the center. Don't you worry, Mr. Venter.
You don't want to go in the center.
I want
You've got to add a response curve on it.
negative, never.
Yes, you have.
No, you have on your system. You leave my system alone. Hands off.
There you go.
You see? Yeah.
That told me.
I never use response curves. Never have. In the beginning, it was fun to play with them, but then I realized I don't need them.
Well, don't waver all over the place then.
Well, I'm trying. Hopefully, well, the only thing that can still cause it is going to be a wind. But I don't see any major winds, in the system.
Well, you're still going left and right, so I'm looking at it.
I know. And it's irritating as hell.
Well, to try doing what I just suggested. With your nose wheel. Put a little bit of response curve on.
I ain't going to do that because tomorrow it's gone. Then the wind's changed and then I'm stuck with that curve.
Well, you are pig-headed sometimes.
Hello, Paul. Welcome. We've got Thunder here. When it really gets bad, Thunder will adjudicate the fight. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll be the referee.
Easy. Just blow that whistle.
That's it. I'm out of it. I'm gone.
Good night, Uncle John. Sleep well.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Uncle John.
I don't think he's really going. going.
I know, but
He's giving me a headache. He won't listen.
Well, Uncle John.
I've got age on my side, and he won't listen.
I've got beauty and brains on my side. What's the problem?
Brains, yes. Beauty, definitely not. What do you show your photograph?
I'll send you another photo just now. Hold on.
I have no cockpit sounds here, Nico, from your stream.
No, you
online.
won't. You won't. Hold on. Let me change it back again. I need to change it back to the actual explain. There. You should have it now.
Look at it. Left and right.
Listen. I'm already getting seasick here. Don't come and wara in my ears as well. My head's spinning already.
Well, I've already puked.
No, I don't have any sound.
Okay, let me stop the stream and just restart it here in Discord. Because it must work. Okay, there you go. It's definitely, it's streaming the explain. It's not streaming a screen.
Yeah, working now.
Okay, yeah.
Told you the brain works, the looks don't.
We were sitting testing over the weekend. Me and Zibo and McDrying and Paul were here together on Discord. And Zibo made a joke about something that was happening, and it was so funny. Dry humor and all. He said, yeah, it's the runway, it's uneven, it's bumpy. And that's what's causing the problem in the Zibo mod. We all just burst out laughing. It was so funny. Uncle John, I think it's the same problem here tonight. I think this taxiway is uneven. That's why this wheel, it doesn't find the groove. You see, if you look here, it looks like they put in an extra piece of bloody tar over here. So it's uneven as hell. They never used the proper roller to put it down. See?
never heard so much rubbish. Oh my God. The trouble is, you believe it yourself.
I do. I honestly do. I mean, you can clearly see on the screen that somebody came, they took a chunk out of the tar, they resurfaced the thing, and I'm telling you now, they did not flatten it proper.
These poor guys who are watching you at the moment, they can't stop laughing.
As long as they find it entertaining, I don't care. I'm happy.
I've never heard rubbish.
Guys, I hope you understand we're not taking it very serious. We're obviously doing a job here and we're enjoying ourselves a lot. Just don't take us too serious tonight.
Do we ever take ourselves serious?
Sometimes.
Do we? I don't.
Approaching 1, 2.
Full fight. So what are you going to set your
On runway 1, 2.
Uncle John, I want to initially put it at 60.
Let's
Just
see if it works.
yes, and then I'm going to move it. I'll show you. I'll zoom in. Initially, I'm going to take it to 40, wait for stable. Then I'm going to take it to 60. Then I'm going to press toga. Then the actual lines, you see there's the blue little triangle now. Those lines are going to sit right there in the bottom end of the Y over there. And then I'm going to move my throttles into the Y, so that little blue triangle goes and sits in the Y. I want to see that they turn white, because white will signify that it is now synchronized with the throttles. So my hardware and my software throttles are in the same position. So that's what we're going to do. Let's move it up to about 40. Let's check that we get EGT stable.
So I've set my throttles, I do 60. Once it sets at 60, I don't move it.
Well, me neither. Me neither. But now with this new dispensation, it might be different. So there we go. Going up to about 60. That's about where I used to keep them. So let's press toga. So toga is going to take us up. Now what's going to happen is we've got the N1 on the FMA and all. And now we're going to move that up and see if it goes to white. I don't see it go to white.
Oh, no, mate. I should have done that.
Well, it's supposed to, unless it only works in flight. So let's do this. I'm going to keep it back at 60. Then let's take off. Let's see what happens after takeoff. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Peter.
Let's go back and have a look at it.
No. Once we're airborne, I'm going to see on the FMA what it says. And then once we've got the FMA story sorted, we'll go move it and see what it says. And then we'll activate the autopilot and see what it says. So take it step by step. Alright, so there, you see now it goes into arm mode. It was in throttle hold, now it's in arm mode. We're going to move those thingamadings. I don't see they go white. Am I blind? Oh.
No.
They don't go white for me. Let's get a grip on this aircraft. Let's get some speed again.
See, you an autopilot LMV now?
Not now. No, not yet. I'm flying by hand.
Okay.
Now I'm on autopilot. I still don't see them go white.
Nope, go green.
Oh, green and blue. Yeah, the green is the Y and the blue is obviously our hardware throttles.
What's supposed to turn white? The triangle or
Yeah, the
your
triangle.
dot?
No, the blue triangle needs to turn white when he says here, blue triangle on ACARS hardware throttle position changes color to white when throttle is locked. So at this point in time, this throttle ain't locked in terms of what he's saying.
Okay. Well, he's probably watching anyway.
He is, or he said he will, so whether he's here all the time, that's a different story. He might not be here at this very moment, but he is. Hello, Zibo. Give me a second. Yes, I do, but let's just check. There you go, Zibo, it's definitely on. 80 engage, lock, throttle, it's on. It does not turn white, it's still blue. Okay. Give me a second, guys. My wife is shouting from the bottom downstairs. She wants me to quickly help her. I'll be back in a second.
Did you see Paul's comment, Uncle John?
No, I need to get. Right. Detrimental, is it?
No, not really, no.
I know what Paul's. So let's see what he says.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry, Zibo. Okay, no, that's perfect, Zibo. When you're ready, check it, let me know. That's fine, no worries.
I guess. Have you seen that?
What?
Paul's comment.
Yes, about your meds. Yeah.
I'm self-medicating again.
I think we can all appreciate that, yes.
Well, I need to because it's agony.
Yeah, Neil, you're going to have to put that on the forum and you're going to have to provide the weather details and the OFP if you got. You're not the only guy. I've seen at least 2 or 3 people reporting porpoising in the Zibo mod, and all of them is with default weather. I don't use default weather, so it's going to be near impossible for me to actually replicate it. But at least Zibo can see it then. Hello, Tommy. Welcome. Okay, so this is the new AutoOrtho. There you go. Tommy, AutoOrtho updated to version 0.70, by the way, which is what I'm looking at now.
I got some very favourable comments this morning from Kevin.
Yeah. For what?
clouds. Latest update.
Oh, okay, you're talking Exenvado, yeah. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, I like my AutoOrtho, and it's just, Tommy, this whole thing works totally different, but very similar. Okay, so don't get scared when I say totally different. But you'll see when you run it, it's changed the way it looks and feels completely.
Say that again, what you just said.
What? It's totally different, but similar. That's what I said. Look. Yeah, see.
You can't complete double touch.
Well, the thing is, the guys that saw it already will know what I'm talking about. Let me just show you again, okay? So, it's completely different because the logs are now here, built in, so you don't have that separate terminal window running in the background in the DOS box. Okay, so everything happens here within the program, so you don't have any of that other black screen stuff running, and you know, so the front end is the same. It's similar, it's not exactly the same, but here it says running, and then over here you've got all those things running in the background. So just don't close it. Yes, hello Sid, welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, gents, when we get closer to 27,000, we're gonna have to just check. Well, while we are here, why don't we start checking now? Look, you see, packs are off, isolation valve is open, and it's actually simulating. Zibo, look, it's simulating that the pressurization system still works. Look, but yet it says the valve is closed, but it is increasing. Look. Yeah, I think he's testing me. Anyway. Yeah. So these switches currently has got no influence. The pressurization system works, whether you set them or not. Dave, I agree. Now, if you take into consideration what I said in the beginning of the stream, this is a big work in progress, a big work in progress, because that extra overinflated band of white, that overexposure needs to be minimized, and the balance of the shadows in the cockpit needs to be better, you know. So all in due time, I'm sure they'll get there. What's my FPS? Why is it so low? My FPS all of a sudden is very low. OBS is chowing my system resources. Come on, man. Weird. Yeah, and you can see when it released. Look, we're at 30 FPS again. So strange. We are at 25.5, but Uncle John, we can already see what the problem is. Those switches, there's something wrong with the code, okay? Because it's still increasing our pressure. It's increasing the pressure altitudes. The valve tells us it's closed, so that's a contradiction. And those things don't seem to have any influence. Whether we switch it on or whether they are off, look, the pressure remains the same. See, there's no difference. The only difference is you can hear the F mod in the background starts to blow a bit, you know. But look, whether they on or off, it makes no difference to the pressure. Yeah.
It's an Airbus now.
Yeah.
Hey. What's your language, please?
It's all automatic is all I meant, Uncle John.
Yeah. Yeah, we put enough coin in it to be automatic. By the way, this story about the pressurization, somebody here in Discord mentioned it in the chat. And I did the test flight this morning and I said to Zibo, I can see that thing's not working. Hello, Rob. Well, Peter, either he is actually feeling better or the meds is really doing something with him. You know, either way, we're happy with him. Hey, Uncle John.
Leave me alone. Listen, I bet you any money Zibo's already looking at that issue.
Oh, he is. Oh, he is. You know he is.
We know he is. Give him half an hour and he'll say, try that.
Yeah. How are you doing, by the way, Thunder? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I've just been busy and haven't been around for a bit. Oh yeah, absolutely. Doing great.
Zibo says here, cabin altitude will be increasing without pressurization. It is correct. Okay, I can see that. We need to check the cabin VS when you reach cruise altitude. It should stop at 0 FPM with working pressurization. Okay, well, this is the bug he needs to figure out. So that's what he needs to figure out. So you can already see that the VS is coming almost down to 0. It's like at 100. I don't know if that's 10 foot or 100 foot, whatever. I don't know. I think that is 100 foot because that is per 1,000. So that's 1,000, that's 2,000. So that's 100 foot. You can clearly see it's already, you know, coming down. But we need to see when we stop climbing that stops. Now I heard the horn go off just now. There we go. We're on 32. So I want to just take a screenshot for him.
Your information call them on packaging.
See, so the VS is not stopping. It's still assuming, while this is closed, by the way, it's still assuming that the cabin pressure is still in a climb, still increasing. Sid, yes, I did, and I use it in my beta versions of X-Plane because X-Enviro does not work in betas, so I haven't flown much with it, but it is there. Correct, Alex, correct. Now we'll get the message from him just now. So I've given him this screenshot because I know what happens when he starts working. You know, he can listen to us, you know, but he doesn't keep his eye on us. He's busy coding, so.
Guaranteed.
Tommy, no, I don't delete anything. I take the downloaded zip file, I open it up, I extract everything from the new AutoOrtho into the old AutoOrtho folders, overwriting everything like we do with the Zibo mod when we do an update. Just copy one into the other, overwrite everything, and then go use it. I don't do anything else. That's the only thing I do when I update. Hope that helps. Hope you understand. So anyway, let's switch this on now. See if it makes any difference. Look at that. Look. The moment I switch the switches on, it realizes that it's overinflated, and now look, it's trying to bring it down. This is bringing the pressure down. Okay, Zibo is typing. There, now it's gone to 0, you see. Still typing. Hello Tim, good evening Twixter. Correct. Twixter, Zibo is typing in the background to me. We're chatting in a private chat here in Discord, so we'll see what he says now. Tim, while you're here, a couple of people are saying that the Zibo is porpoising with the default X-Plane weather. Do you perhaps have a chance to actually test that as well and maybe have a look, see if there's a tweak necessary, or is that a Zibo thing? Okay, excellent. Okay, no, I'm just asking. Where's Vim? What's he? Tim, I sent Zibo a screenshot of your comments there just for his information as well. Yes, sir. Yes. But I'm making use of the opportunity because you are here just to ask you as well. You know, so now it's easy to ask Zibo to have a look. The thing is, it could also be related to laminers making changes and Zibo hasn't picked up on them yet or something to that effect. Makes sense, Scotsman, makes sense. Okay, well, while we're sitting here, I'm going to start setting up. Uncle John?
It would be so much easier if Lamina let Zibo know when they were going to make changes.
Yeah, I agree.
After the event. I can never work that out.
Yeah. Yeah, we meant to avoid the red, but if you can't see the red, Scotsman, what do you do? Yeah, you go through it. Yeah. Zibo, I'm just thinking out loud now. I'm not saying it is so, but think about that. You were working on the F mod to get the marker sound to work with the button. I don't know if maybe that upset the sound of the altitude horn. You know, just think about it. Okay, we need to descend 4,000 before I forget. Let me set that.
Good day, people.
Okay, we need to descend 4,000 before I forget. Let me set that.
Out of interest, Nico, can you explain a little further your thinking?
Hello. Mac, you're broadcasting me in the background.
Yeah. It's all right. It's off.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, why do you think you will get the out horn?
Well, the altitude horn, if you forget to set your pressurization system correctly, you're not going to get the correct pressure, and you can freaking get hypoxia. So you want a warning of some sorts that you forgot the switches.
Yes, but currently is your cabin pressure.
Well, the cabin pressure is in my view incorrect because those switches were incorrect. You understand? There's a mismatch to what's happening in one side of the code compared to what's happening in the other side of the code. That's where the problem comes in. Because the pressurization did increase the way it should. Okay, and the cabin pressure went up and up and up, so it's like the equilibrium or the differential, whatever you want to call it, whatever is happening is doing what it's supposed to do, but it's doing without being commanded because the switches were off.
Yeah, I accept it may be not commanding the pressurization off and it still increases. I'm wondering why you would think you get the out horn.
Because if you don't have the oxygen and if you don't have the pressure, something's got to tell you you're about to die. Why not? I mean, if the differential inside and outside is of such that life cannot continue, surely you want the horn. That's why it's been designed to be there, not?
That's why I'm talking out loud.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the out horn cut out. Is it only working on pressurization?
I don't know.
Is it working on the atmospherics of the pressurization? I don't know.
I don't know exactly what it's connected to. I honestly don't know.
Oh, yeah.
All I know is that there's something wrong here.
I'll pause. Alarm goes off when the little needle goes to 10. Right.
So that is 10 over there. But the fact of the matter is, whether I've got these things on or off, right now it makes almost no difference. When I switch it off, it just continuously increases the pressure. So now it's creating a balloon effect inside the aircraft. So when I go and switch the switches, look, now it realizes, oh crap, I've got too much pressure in here, and now it's releasing itself. But at the same time, the valve is not opening. I'm sure, Toby, I'm sure. Some people will lose their toupets. That's the only problem. Zibo, sorry, Zibo. Person.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Pressure. Differential pressure's high though, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. So above 10,000 foot, you want pressurization, and that is why it comes on at 10.
Yeah, but you'd already pressurized the aircraft, hadn't you?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I left those switches off from the bat the moment we started taxiing.
All right.
I never had them on.
Well, the cabin, the differential pressure at the moment is well, it's virtually at maximum, so it's been pressurizing.
I know, but it wasn't supposed to because we didn't switch the switches.
Yeah, that side of it is wrong, but I'm wondering whether it should, because you've got the differential pressure, that's why the out horn
is not coming on. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it should have come on already. Let's see what Twixter says. What else? With packs off, it should not hold pressure. So somehow the mod is allowing bleed air to pressure the cabin when it should not occur. Exactly, I agree.
It shouldn't have occurred.
Yes.
But the only if your outlet valve is closed and the cabin is pressurized, the only depressurization is through seals and all the rest of it. There's a slow decrease.
Yeah, but that is not in the closed position or in the open position. It's in the neutral position, and the switch is in auto.
Yeah, but if you look in the gauge above, it's nearly closed, isn't it? No, the one up the gauge above that switch, the closed open one.
Yeah, no, I know it's nearly closed.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Tim has asked me, sorry Paul, 1 second. Tim has asked me to switch off the bleed air and see what happens. So there you go. It's off, but look, it's increasing the pressure and there's no changes over there. Paul, your time. Your turn.
Okay, the little needle shows the cabin altitude. So it's showing about, what, 28,000 now? The little needle is hidden behind the long needle there?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, the little needle's at 6. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. Yeah. But it's pressurised the cabin because you've got maximum pressurisation now. Is it slowly coming down?
No, it's slowly going up. It's climbing at 100 foot a minute. But it's showing the cabin is climbing.
So that's the cabin altitude that's climbing.
Yeah.
So it's actually slightly depressurizing. So the little needle should now climb slightly.
It is climbing slightly.
Because it's the cabin altitude that's climbing at, what, 100 feet a minute.
See, now we put the bleeds on and then look, it says.
Alright, so if the cabin altitude is now falling, the diff pressure should go up.
Well, what Twixter is saying is with the bleed air off, you should get a rapid depressurization, and it's not happening.
Yeah.
There's no rapid depressurization happening at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zibo says with packs off, cabin altitude rises because of lost pressurization. Then he says cabin altitude rises, the question is just how quickly it should rise. Yeah, Boeing aircraft do not hold pressure like that with no bleed air. I agree.
Yeah. I know there's leaking. I've no idea. I rely on knowledge of pilots as to how quickly it depressurizes.
think we can leave that for Zibo to figure out. It's a bit of a tough one.
Right. According to, obviously we've got Twixter here. I'm just reading up on some data. From 18,000 to 28,000 feet, it should be 7.45 plus or minus 0.2. Yeah, sorry. 28 to 37.78 plus or minus 0.2. And 37 plus 8.35 plus or minus 2.
Interesting flight.
Nico, did you already do your uplink and your descent page yet, or?
Oh no, I've forgotten. I'm sitting here thinking and reading and so on. Yeah, Tim, Zibo's gonna have to check the code because something changed obviously, and I mean he's been tweaking a lot of things, so there could be a comma or a full stop in the wrong place again, you know, some typo or something that's just causing this to behave funny. I'm just glad you are here because of your comments as well, you know, so let me take another screenshot and just give that to him too. Let me just put that in our chat as well. Zibo. You see, that's the other thing. It could be an update from Laminar, and poor old Zibo doesn't know yet, and we just discovered something that he needs to go look at, you know, so.
Right, I'm currently reading something from the B737, you know, the org site. And this is from a film that's produced by a quite experienced pilot. Cabin altitude warning horn will sound when the cabin altitude exceeds 10,000 feet.
Yes. Yes. Agreed, no, I agree, absolutely. No, that's what Paul said, and which I agreed to eventually, because I picked up on what he meant, you know, so it's perfectly normal that. Thunder?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen this? Let me show you something. Have you seen this little thing?
Yes, I have it.
Do you have it? Okay, all right. Because you weren't around, I was wondering if you know about this. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I also made the leap and bought Enviro. It was on sale the other day. So.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Guys on stream, if you call SimBrief to Zibo, SimBrief to Zibo. It's a little Python script that Antonio, who modified NOAA weather for us, wrote, and basically it fetches the SimBrief flight plan as well as the XML file automatically when you are spawning, or if you've just spawned at your departure airport, and if you have created your OFP already on SimBrief. So it will find it, it will bring it in, both files, the FMS and XML, and it will rename them accordingly, all automatically, and all you do is you start setting up your flight, and then you input the flight plan into your FMC company route. So it's a bit of automation just through a Python script, which is really cool, really neat. Now you don't have to manually rename that thing.
It also removes that 0 and 1.
Yes.
Yeah, it works great. I got a chance last night to give it a go. First time in a long time.
Mm-hmm. We can do that. Okay, Trickster. Zibo says laminar is in the clear. It's not them. The pressurization is controlled solely by the Zibo mod, so it's something in his code he needs to look at. So anyway, there we go. Forecast is done. ISA is done. Everything is set proper and good, except this. Oh, you know what's not set? Course value. Absolutely will. Yeah, no, I've got great confidence in the man. Right, okay, so now we set up. PFD is done. Frequencies, minimas, courses, BRF, HPA. Might as well let the cabin crew loose. Ooh, I forgot about my landing lights.
Arrival altitude.
Yeah, arrival altitude, everything is set. We've got our intercept altitude. Arrival altitude is going to be 0.
Be back in a couple minutes. Have to make a coffee for the landing.
Okay.
See, Zibo, it's not doing it. It's holding the pressure. There's no rapid decompression happening. Packs is off. Bleeds is off. Isolation valve, you can put any which way you want. It's not doing anything. And the pressurization is like it's not playing with us. Okay, Tim, thank you for stopping by. It was an absolute pleasure having you here. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the paperwork. Oh, I hate it, but you know, try your best. Okay, so Zibo's last words is he'll check it and fix it, of course. Okay, so that you love him. It's just how it is.
Just don't blink, because they will have fixed it by then.
Yeah, so this was an interesting and a very worthwhile flight. We've covered quite a few things.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this aircraft. We've had so many discussions and all the rest of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why it's so interesting.
Yeah. And we eventually get it explained in language that the common man can sometimes understand. I mean, the gauges on the pressurization system, when you first look at them, I don't think are self-explanatory.
Correct. Okay, well, this time my auto throttle did not disconnect. Zibo said he'll check the code for the white triangles, because I mean mine is still blue, it's not doing anything. So even
it's not capturing it then.
No, yeah, definitely not. The other thing is what we need to do is we need to wait until it says arm, okay? The moment it says arm, we go chase it again. We'll see what it does. Because technically the way the new setting works is even if it says arm, you should be able to move your throttles like this. You see those blue triangles are moving without it interfering with the aircraft until it touches the line. You see, so you should be able to move it up there or below there until such time as you touch the line and it locks on. Then you should be able to move it, but that's only when arm is enabled, because currently it's overridden by FMC speed. The FMC is telling the speed and the...
Is Twixter still...
No, he's left.
watching?
No, he's left.
Okay. I've got a question, real pilot. What happened in the real world if you move the pilot, the throttles, and you're in FMC speed? Doesn't it disconnect something?
I don't think it will. First of all, it's motorized, so you're going to struggle to move it. That is the whole purpose of the auto throttle button sitting right there, so that you can get the motor to disengage, so that you can get control over the throttle lever. That's the reason for that.
But it is still manual control from the throttle levers to the engines. So presumably at some point you can overcome the electric control of the throttles.
Well, by default, it's when it says arm on the FMA. Then the motor, the clutch engages and you can move it. You see?
Yeah.
There. So right now, look, there it's in arm mode. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me go try find it. See, there. You see, it's now latched onto me. I can now move it.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn white. Okay.
Yeah.
So Zibo said he'll go check that. But definitely, I'm in control of it now.
Yeah. Oh, I just left that. Add that to the list of questions to real pilots.
Yeah.
I mean, we're fighting a symmetry here between the fact that we have manual control of the throttles, but we don't have proper electric
motorized
throttles. Yeah. So. Interesting.
Don't forget we need to chat after this again.
Yeah.
What? You've got to discuss when you're going to ban me yet again, John.
No.
No. That's next
Not
month.
today. Oh,
That's
that's
next month.
okay.
Now, Mac, I've discovered another problem on my Bravo throttle, which is absolutely driving me insane.
Okay.
Look at my screen. You watching?
Yes.
Check what happens on engine number 2. I'm going to move it forward, and then it jumps back. So the pod has got a problem again.
Yeah. It's obviously losing contact completely, isn't it?
Yeah. And that kind of upset me earlier in the stream. I do apologize if anybody still left in the stream after the rant, but damn it, man.
I must admit, that was a question I raised when I went to the
I remember.
Cosford convention, which I raised with them. How good are their potentiometers? Because there's actually 6 potentiometers, I think, in that throttle quadrant.
Will they replace them?
No. Got to send them back. You've got to send them back for repair. If it's under warranty. Because I was raising the question, if they failed under warranty, how long was the warranty turnaround time. And this is obviously talking a couple of years ago now, but they said it could be 3 months. Exactly. That's why I haven't purchased the throttles, to be honest.
Well, I tell you what, we've got local stock here now for $6,000. And I'm thinking if I shouldn't just buy one local here, because then at least I've got warranty. If it does it again, I shove it back to them and they give me a new one.
Has anybody heard whether, because there were concerns about the quality of manufacture, what's recent soundings out?
I don't know.
Has quality control improved?
I just don't know. I have no idea. One would bloody hope so.
Having said that, I mean, you haven't had many hours usage out of these throttles, have you?
Mac, I've had a fair
you're
amount.
Not,
yeah.
I could say you're not a sort of like committed sim rider. You spend hours flying.
Mac.
2 years, I think.
Yeah, in December it will be 2 years that they are old. Okay. I mean, I do a fair bit of flying, but I mean, I don't do like in the old days. You know, the last year I've done half of what I'm used to flying. I used to fly 24/7, but it's getting less and less and less. I'm too busy because
I'm being semi-side.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Sorry about my sense of humour.
No, I don't mind. No, the thing is, there was a time, especially in the beginning of Zibo, up to about a year ago, I would do 12, 15 hours flying a day at least. You know, but the last year has been tough, you know, since December. So it's not the last year, it's like the last 10 months. It's really been tough. So I haven't flown the exact same amount. I've also learned how to do Zibo testing without having to do a full 2-hour flight, you know. So a lot of stuff we can test much quicker than actually doing a full flight.
Well, we're down to 8,000 now. Can we have a quick look at the pressurization pattern? See what we're now reading. See, everything's settled, isn't it?
Well, it looks more normal. The valve is open, you know, it's allowing the decompression. You know, the cabin altitude is coming down. There you can see the differential is coming down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're 10,000 roughly and 3. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Shame, Toby, I'm not ignoring you. I did giggle here by myself when I saw your comment. No, I'm too tired to rant anymore. I've said my say. Now I just want to land and have the meeting and go sleep. All right, I better start paying attention. Yes, Tommy, thanks. I saw that. As I said, I need to start paying attention because I'm reading something else here on the side. Yeah, no, because I'm doing a test flight, and I'm just scared that she interferes with what we want to achieve. I'd rather not fly with her when I do a test flight like this, you know, so Linda can wait.
Radio altimeter.
I should have said I've got my wife waiting for me or something better, you know, made a better story, but anyway. Yeah, we can see that. Wow, that was a little bit violent. Thank you, Scotsman. Thank you, Sander.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Well, we've got a 16-17 knot side wind there.
Approaching 04 left.
Beep beep goats, I'm going to land.
Decision height. 300. Minimums. 200. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah. Firm.
Nicely done.
Yeah, but not bad. Yeah. I'm rolling like 45 degrees here on the ailerons into this wind and kicking left. Try and get this thing centered. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Neil. Since Zibo fixed that aileron problem, I find that I can fly this aircraft like I used to. You know, I've got control. I can do what I need to do. You know, it just feels so much better. Toby, you need to disable SAM. Let me show you while we're talking about it. Have a look. You see here, you go to your plugins and then go find SAM. Main window. Need to go to the settings. I can't remember which one it is there. That one. You have to use the setting manually added by user. This stupid thing, when it's set to automatically add by SAM, that is what is causing the scrambling of your INI file. So when you put it on manual, it won't do it again. So then you go to your INI file, set everything the way it needs to be, and you can rest assured it will stay that way. But because this thing by default is on automatic, it messes you around. So we all had to learn that little trick. You're welcome.
What enhancements have you got for the Tarmacadon there?
Nothing. I think this is part of X Enviro. It looks like it rained here a little while ago. These are supposed to be puddles.
Well, it looks like serious Tarmacadon structuring.
Yeah.
Rather than smooth. Yeah.
No, there's definitely water here.
Okay.
There we go. Welcome to Nice, gentlemen and ladies, if there are any. Hope you guys are going to have... See, now it doesn't work again. Can't set my parking brake. Switch is dead. Ah, man. Hope you guys are going to enjoy the sea and the sun and everything here. So, until next time, guys, have fun.
Thanks.
Thank you for your company.
Welcome.
Thank you, Nico. Sorry, I gate crashed the party.
No problem. Cheers, everybody. Sleep well. If you're going to bed now, I'm off in a few minutes. So, yeah, fun. Bye-bye.